said 58, starting with 38, is that what it is? 10, 15, 38? 10, 15, 38, okay. 10, 15, 10, 58, 38, correct? Okay. 10, 58, 38, okay. A cushion would be nice. I had to sit on a cushion would be nice. Yeah, that makes it, fold it up, fold it in half. Yeah, there we go. Makes it easy to sit like that. Yeah, that makes it easier to sit. There we go. 10, 15, 38. Let's see. 10, 15, 38. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now we're tuned in. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Artitam Punayat Yaha Narayana Jagatpate Atmanadena Purnasya Karavanikam Alpaka Artitam Punayat Yaha Narayana Jagatpate Atmananandana Puryasha Karavanikam Alpaka Achitam Punarit Yaha Narayana Jagatpate Atmanandana Purnasya Karavanikam Alpaka. What is it? Purnasya Karavanikam Alpaka Achitam Purnayat Yaha Narayana Jagatpate Atmanandena Purnasya Alpaka. Ladies? Jagatpate Atmanandena Purnasya Alpaka. Nandana Purnasya Karavanikam Alpaka Architam, to him who had been worshipped. Puna, further, iti, as follows. Aha, he, King Nagnajit, said, Narayana, O Narayan, Jagat of the universe, Pate, O Lord, Atma, within himself, Anandana, with pleasure, Purnashya, for him who is full, Karavani, may I do, Kim, what, Alpaka, insignificant. King Nagnajit first worshipped the Lord properly and then addressed him. O Narayan, Lord of the universe, you were full in your own spiritual pleasure. Therefore, what can this insignificant person do for you? So we're going to read on. Shishuka Uvacha, Tamaha Bhagavan Vishta, Krishna Sana Parigraha, Mega Gambhiraya Vacha, Sasmadittam Kurandana. Sukadeva Goswami said, O beloved descendant of Kuru, the Supreme Lord was pleased, and after accepting a comfortable seat, he smiled and addressed the king in a voice as deep as the rumbling of a cloud. Wow. Just imagine what that voice would have sounded like. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Narendra Yachna Kavibir Virgahita Rajanya Badar Raja Nija Dharma Valtina Tatapi Yache Taba Sahradasya Kanyamantradiyam Nahiti Shulka Dvardayam. Supreme Lord said, O ruler of men, learned authorities condemn begging for a person in the royal order who is executing his religious duties. Even so, desiring your friendship, I ask you for your daughter, though we offer no gifts in exchange. SriRadhaRasbihariTemple, Kanyaste Dadito Narta, Kanyavara Ihepsita, Tunayaka Damna Yasyange, Shirvasat Yanapayani. The king said, My lord, who could be a better husband for your daughter than me? The exclusive abode of all transcendental qualities. On your body, the goddess of fortune herself resides, never leaving you for any reason. Kin vasma bebakata purvam samaya satvatar shaba pungsam virya paraksharatam kanyavara paripsaya. But to ascertain the proper husband for my daughter, O king of the Sattvajas, we previously set a condition to test the prowess of her suitors. Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the king's actual purpose in setting up the test was to obtain Sri Krishna as his son-in-law, since only he could subdue the bulls. Without such a test, it would have been difficult for Nagnajit to refuse the many apparently qualified princes and kings who came to ask for his daughter's hand in marriage. Saptaita Gabrisha Virya Dirdanda Dirvavagraha Etir Bhagna Sabhavo Bendagatra Nirapsamaja. These 7 wild bulls are impossible to tame. O hero, they defeated many princes, breaking their limbs. Yadime nirgahitasyas vayayava yadunandana varobhavan abhimatto dihito me shriyapate. If you can subdue them, O descendant of Yadu, you will certainly be the appropriate bridegroom for my daughter, O Lord of Shri. Evam svayam akarnya vadava parikramam babu atmanam saptada kritva nya grana lelayayavatam. Upon hearing these terms, the Lord tightened his clothing, expanding himself into 7 forms, and easily subdued the bulls. Purport. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, Lord Krishna expanded himself into 7 forms, not only to playfully defeat the 7 bulls, but also to show Princess Satya that she would not have to compete with her other queens, since he could enjoy with all of them simultaneously. Badhatandamabhi sharir bhagnadarpan hatau jasa vyakasha lilaya badvam balo mayan yata. Lord Shari tied up the bulls whose pride and strength were now broken and pulled them with ropes, just as a child playfully pulls wooden toy bulls. Tata prita satam raja tada krishnaya vismita tam prajagrayanam bhagavan vidnavat sadisham prabhu. Then King Nandajit, pleased and astonished, presented his daughter to Lord Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted this suitable bride in the proper Vedic fashion. Purport. The word Sadvashim indicates that the lovely princess was a fitting bride for the Lord because she possessed wonderful transcendental qualities that complemented his. As Srila Goswami points out, the word Vismita indicates that King Nignajit was certainly astonished at the many extraordinary events suddenly taking place in his life. Rajapatnashtadanduhitu, Krishnam Ladva Priyang Patim, Devere Paramanandan, Jatashta Paramatsayaha. The king's wives felt the greatest ecstasy upon attaining Lord Krishna as the dear husband of the royal princess, and a mood of great festivity arose. Shankar Yanaka de Nedur Gita Bhajya Dvidashisha Nara Naya Pramudita Sarvasa Srag Alamkrita. Conch shells, horns, and drums resounded along with vocal and instrumental music, and the sounds of Brahmins invoking blessings. The joyful men and women adorned themselves with fine clothing and garlands. What a scene, huh? Dashadenu Sahasrani Hare Barham Adad Vibhu Yuvadinamati Sahasram Nishka Griva Savasavam Navanaga Sahasrani Nagatschata Gunangatam Ratachata Gunam Ashvan Ashvatchata Gunanaram. As the dowry, powerful King Nandajit gave 10,000 cows, 3,000 young maidservants wearing golden ornaments on their necks and bedecked in fine clothing, 9,000 elephants, 100 times as many chariots as elephants, 100 times as many horses as chariots, and 100 times as many maidservants as horses. Dampati Rattam Aropya Mahatya Senaya Brito Snena Pariklanava Hridaya Yatabayam Masa Koshala. The king of Koshala, his heart melting with affection, had the bride and groom seated on their chariot, and then he sent them on their way, surrounded by a great army. Shudvayatad Niradagar Pa Naitam Patta Kanyakam Bagna Virya Sudarmarsha Yadubirgo Vishai Pada. When the intolerant kings who had been rival suitors heard what had happened, they tried to stop Lord Krishna on the road as he took his bride home. But just as the bulls had broken the king's strength before, the Yadu warriors broke it now. Stan asyata karsharavratan bandapriya hridarjanaha gandivi kalayam asa singha chaudra mrigamiva. Arjuna, wielder of the Gandiva bow, was always eager to please his friend Krishna, and thus he drove back those opponents who were shooting torrents of arrows at the Lord. He did this just as a lion drives away insignificant animals. Haribarham Vapagraya, Larakam Etya Sataya, Rame Yadunam Rishavo, Bhagavan Devaki Sutaha. Lord Devaki Sutta, the king of the Yadus, then took the dowry and Satya to Dwarka and continued to live there happily. Shittakirti Satam Badram Upayame Prites Vasu Kakayam Vratabir Dattam Krishna Santardhanadivihi. Bhadra was a princess of the Kaikeya kingdom and the daughter of Lord Krishna's paternal aunt Shrutakirti. The Lord married Bhadra when her brothers, headed by Shantadharma, offered him to her. Tatam Samandati Pater Lakshmanam Dakshanaya Yutam Swayamvare Jaharuka Sapartan Siddhamiva. Then the Lord married Lakshmana, the daughter of the king of Madras. King appeared alone, rather Krishna appeared alone at her Swayamvara ceremony and took her away, just as Aruda once stole the demigod's nectar. Anyashchayavam veda bharya Krishna syasam sahasrashaha vaman hrita nanivridhad ahritaschaturdarshinaha. Lord Krishna also acquired thousands of other wives equal to those he had when he killed Vamashura and freed the beautiful maidens the demon was holding captive. Thus end the purports of the humble servants of his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, to the 10th canto, 58th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Krishna Marries Five Princesses. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha. Wow, pretty amazing leelas here. Amazing, amazing leelas. Can you imagine actually seeing it happen? And actually, can you imagine going in a time machine 5,000 years ago to hearing Shukadev Goswami explaining this to Maharaj Parikshit? Just imagine how Parikshit Maharaj was hearing these descriptions. What ecstasy he must have been in. We need to tune into that mood of Parikshit Maharaj. Drinking the nectar of Krishna's Leela deep, deep, deep within the heart. That's where it actually begins, my dear listeners. It begins with qualitative hearing, you see. Drinking it deep, not in one ear and out the other, you see, but taking deep, 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 deep within the heart. This is how we actually connect with Krishna. The amazing thing about this transcendental hearing is that these pastimes are actually going on right now, eternally. And by going deep, 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 deep within the heart, we can actually be there, experiencing it. So let us not take this process of Krishna consciousness superficially, you see, making a show of being devotee. That's the problem we neophytes have, you know. We make a show, you know, tilak on the nose, kanti on the neck. Yes, I'm a very good devotee, making a show. We shouldn't be show bottle devotees. We have to actually take it deep, deep, deep within the heart. This pure bhakti movement that Prabhupada has given us is the greatest benediction for the suffering humanity. It's actually shocking what's happening in the world right now. This whole thing between Israel and Hamas, little children being brutally butchered. Can you imagine? You see, it's all due to this bodily consciousness. I'm a Jew, I'm a Muslim, I'm white, I'm black, I'm Russian, I'm Ukrainian. There's horrible things going on because we're misidentifying with these material bodies. But Prabhupada has given us this movement, this pure bhakti movement, which transcends all designations. So we have to learn how to connect with this pure bhakti. We have to get off this bodily platform that's tormenting us and torturing us for millions and billions of lifetimes. We have to somehow connect with our actual identities as pure spiritual beings. Actually, every living being has pure bhakti right now within his heart. But because of bodily misidentification, all this hell is breaking loose on this planet right now. So we have the greatest opportunity to act as agents of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya to bring about a revolutionation of consciousness on this planet, to bring actual peace and happiness to this planet where everybody can read such a pastime as this and have their hair standing on ecstasy, standing on end in ecstasy. Of course, we're not there. I'm not there yet. But I know that's waiting for us. I know that's waiting for us. Prabhupada personally told me in one letter, he said, now you must become qualified to see Krishna face to face. Another letter he told me, all material desire zero. So it's something to shoot for. You see. We can shoot for that level of Krishna consciousness where all the lust, the anger, the greed, the madness, illusion, envy is completely wiped out. You see. Completely banished from the heart forever, you see. Right now we're struggling. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. We're struggling, you see. Laziness, craziness, all these anarthas are polluting us. You see. They've kept us entangled since for countless eons here, trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. There's no such thing as enjoying separately from Krishna. It does not exist. We cannot enjoy separately from Krishna. But yet we're so stupid, we keep trying to do that. Surely I can enjoy this material world a little bit. We keep trying and trying to enjoy separately from Krishna, but it's not possible. It's absolutely impossible to enjoy separately from Krishna. So when will that day come? Bhaktivinoda is showing us what the mood should be. Kambe hambe bolo se dinamam. When, oh, when will that day be mine? When my offenses ceasing, taste for the name increasing, when in my heart will your mercy shine? Aparado Gucci, Shudaname Ruchi, Kriva Bole Hambe Hridoye Sanchar, Kambe Hambe Bolo Se Ninamar. When, oh, when will that day be mine? So this is our great hope. See, we can hanker for that day. Now we're committing so many offenses against the names, against the Vaishnavas, against the deities, so many offenses we're committing. But if we hanker and pray and beg for that day, we become free from all these aparad. That's Bhaktivinoda is teaching us to hanker, hanker, hanker for that day. You may say, well, what's the good of hankering? Well, the good is that's how we get there, you see. What you desire for, that's what you get. Sooner or later, you get it. You see. So we hanker, 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 that awakening of pure love of God within the heart. Krishna reciprocates. Inasmuch as they surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. So we hanker, 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 hanker for that day. When pure bhakti arises within the heart, that day will come. And it will come. It's guaranteed to come. Krishna reciprocates. Krishna is not a myth. He's not some make-believe Hindu god. Krishna is the source of all existence. Everything that exists is his manifested energy. So we are also part of his manifested energy. He's manifesting us for the sole purpose of enjoying loving relationships. That's why we exist. We exist for the purpose of having a loving relationship with Krishna. So we don't have a loving relationship with Krishna, then we're out of order. Out of order, it doesn't work properly. So the repairman has to come and get it working properly. That's the bona fide spiritual master, our Srila Prabhupada. He has come to get us working properly again in our eternal relationship of love with Krishna. So it's not difficult to get back to that position, but we make it difficult because of our foolishness, our stubbornness to try to enjoy separately from Krishna. So we make it, from that which is actually easy, we make it difficult. So we have to give up our stubborn independence and get back to being who we actually are. Know who you are and be who you are. So, but yeah, we continue trying to be something that we're not. In this way, we're torturing ourselves unnecessarily. In this land of religion, the land of Vedic culture, the land of Krishna, It's shocking to see how we're greeted when we enter this country going through passport control. Instead of seeing Radha and Krishna, what's the first thing we see? Liquor. We have to go through a liquor shop. It's the first thing we experience, liquor and perfume and candy. That's how we enter India, you see. I was shocked when we came through passport control here in Mumbai a few days ago. I was shocked. This is how I'm greeted in the holy land of Krishna, having to go through a liquor shop. You see? This means the government is no good here. The government should be putting Krishna forward here. That's how we should actually, that's what India should be. If India can actually put Krishna back in the center, the whole world will follow India, you see. But now everybody's running mad after sense gratification, to eat, sleep, make, defend, running. Gratify the senses, you see. But it doesn't make sense to gratify the senses because it's senseless. It's senseless to gratify the senses because it's not us. It's not us. It makes no sense to put out all these energy in these material senses, neglecting the self within. As Papa gives the example, you're polishing the cage very nicely and the little bird inside is starving to death. So we give all this focus and attention to these material senses, neglecting the living entity, the Atma sleeping within. And therefore we're dying. So let's get back to our real business of feeding little bird within. What is the food for little bird? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. With pure love. Not chanting for some material benefit. Like sometimes they write me, they say, well, I'm getting ready for my final exam, so it's okay if I chant less japa during getting ready for the finals. I mean, it's getting in the way of my studying for my finals. I usually chant this many rounds, but I want to chant less rounds because I'm getting ready for finals. So I tell them, no, by chanting your rounds, devoted to your japa, that will give you better success in your final exam. Not reduce my chanting, so I do better in my exam. Actually, you increase your chanting, you see, and then you'll do better in everything. Material success follows spiritual success like a shadow. So you focus on Krishna consciousness, and everything else will be there automatically. You don't have to put Krishna Bhakti by the side to focus on material success. You put Krishna in the center, and everything else follows automatically. This they don't know. This people don't know. So God in the center, and everything else comes with God. So Ishavashamitam Sarvam. We have to get back to the God-centered society. It's a big struggle. A big struggle we face in this movement. How to convince all these people to put God back in the center. Many people ask me, well, how can we convince them? Well, the thing is, we have to increase our own conviction, you see. That's the real solution. It's an amazing purport in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada says, if one chants the holy name of the Lord without offense, he becomes Jagad Guru. Under his influence, the whole world takes up Krishna consciousness. So my dear devotees, this is the real key, how to make the world Krishna conscious. We have to increase our own conviction. We have to come to that point of Shuddha Bhakti. We can see what one Shuddha Bhakti can do, is divine grace, Srila Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada wants us to come to that level, he told me personally, all material desire zero. You see. We come to that position. Instead of thinking, how can I enhance my position within ISKCON? No, don't think how I have a better position within ISKCON. Think how I can come to pure devotional service. That's the key. How can I come to pure devotional service? That's how we can actually convince the whole world. If we become absolutely, totally convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God and our only duty is to think, speak, and act for His pleasure in all fine places and circumstances, we can make the whole world Krishna conscious very quickly. Prabhupada said in 18 days we can conquer the whole world. Is that just some flowery words? Or is it a fact? What do you think? Some flowery words to encourage us? It's a fact. In 18 days, we can make the whole world Krishna conscious. We just have to get out of Maya, that's all. We're still hovering on a mental platform, halfway between Krishna consciousness and sense gratification. That's the difficulty. We have to come back to pure bhakti. That will enable us to have a powerful, uplifting impact on this whole planet, indeed the whole universe, and indeed the entire material existence can be impacted by even one person who comes to pure devotional service, as it confirmed in Prabhupada's books. You see. After many thousands of births, when one understands he's eternal servant of Krishna, he can liberate all living entities in the entire material world. That is the potency of becoming a pure bhakti. So, I know fools like me are still thinking we can enjoy separately. But we have to kick this out of our hearts. We have to kick it out of our hearts with boot. Get out of my heart, you damn material thoughts. You're not welcome here anymore. Get out, and don't you ever dare come back again. You see. So if we have this kind of determination, and all kinds of miracles will happen. If we had this kind of determination, like that little sparrow was determined to dry up the ocean, if we had this kind of determination, I must become Krishna's devotee, then all kinds of miracles will happen. We'll be actually blessed with boundless bliss. We'll be incredibly, miraculously blessed with boundless bliss. So that is waiting for us. As Bhaktivinoda is telling us to hanker, 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 hanker. Kabe, habe, bodhi, sedi, man. When will that day be mine? We make that a determination. My goal is now to become a spotless Vaishnava, absolutely spotless Vaishnava. We make that a determination, and Prabhupada is there to help us. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, the whole disciplic succession, they will shower their mercy upon us like torrents of rain in the monsoon season. So, is there any reason not to have torrents of rain like the monsoon season? Is there any reason not to have that? Any reason we should continue suffering here in birth, death, old age, and disease? Anybody give me a good reason why we should continue suffering in birth, death, old age, and disease? Is there any reason to do that? It's insane to continue suffering birth, death, old age, and disease when eternally Bala's and this is waiting for us right now. So why do we remain in this insane position? Why do we remain in this brainless, insane position? There's no reason. You see. It's unreasonable to remain in this insane position. Actually, Prabhupada is giving us the doorway to the spiritual world. Goloka Vrindavan is awaiting for us. We're actually in residence of the spiritual world. We're actually participants in Krishna's transcendental Leela. And Krishna is missing us. We don't know so-and-so Das or so-and-so Dasi come back to home, back to God. That Krishna is waiting for that day when we return to Him. He's missing us. When will that person come back and once again participate with me in my transcendental pastime? All the Brajavasis, they're missing us. Krishna is missing us. The Brajavasis are missing us. Why are they not coming back? They're waiting and watching, hoping for that day when each one of us will come back into our relationship. We all have a relationship in Krishna's Leela. Each one of us has a relationship in Krishna's pastimes. And that the Brajavasis, Lord Sri Krishna, Radharani, they're all wondering, when will that soul come back? When will that soul come back? When will that soul come back? So we should not cheat ourselves any longer by remaining here in the cycle of birth and death, trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. It's insane, it's madness, it's completely foolish, Maha Mudha. You see, it's foolish to remain here trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. So my dear listeners, what do you think? Am I some fanatic up here talking some flowery words, or is this actually true? Is it true what I'm saying, or is it just some, flowery words? Is it true or not? I hope it's true. I want to please my spiritual master, Prabhupada, according to what he has personally told me in so many personal instructions. According to what was in his books, I prayed for his mercy. I'm properly presenting his message. So I'm not misguiding you by talking here today in ISKCON Juhu. I pray I'm not misguiding you in any way, and I'm properly, purely presenting to you exactly what I've been learned from my beloved spiritual master, His Divine Grace. Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajakacharja Astatadasadushi Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. So any questions? Question. Okay. In India, they are filling the biggest temple of Lord Sri Ram on the brighter side. Well, that's nice. Can a government be responsible for stopping abortion or liquor, tobacco, etc. in a democracy? Prabhupada said democracy. It really shocks me when I think about this abortions going on. What shocks me more is all these people who protest. They call it pro-choice. They get their signs and the huge rallies, pro-choice rallies. What I mean, pro-murder rallies. I mean, it's shocking to me. We want the right to kill our baby, kill a baby. We want to kill. We want the right to murder. They should call it the pro-murder movement, not the pro-choice movement. It's shocking. And every time in the morning in Austin, I make the morning breakfast and I put the milk on the stove. It makes me really angry when I put the milk on the stove. You know, this animal, the beautiful animal, the cow, our mother actually, our second mother, they're taking her milk and then murdering her, brutally murdering her. It just pains my heart like an arrow going into my heart. I think about what they're doing to the cows. So a democracy can get rid of these things if the voters are Krishna conscious. If they're put into office by rascals and fools, the leaders will be rascals and fools. The only way it can stop in a democracy if the voters demand Krishna conscious leadership. Actually, at one time, Prabhupada actually started a political party. It was called In God We Trust. You may remember that Yadamar, In God We Trust party. Remember that? We actually had candidates running for office. In Gainesville, Amarenda ran for city council. He got a lot of votes, but then we had to stop it because it's illegal. A religious organization can't do politics. But I know I was just recently in Mauritius, and I was saying, well, some of you should run for office. In Mauritius, they could actually get a position. Not outside of ISKCON, but some of you should run for office. I'm sure you get a lot of votes. So it's actually good if any devotees on their own can run for office and get voted in. It'd be fantastic. We have Krishna conscious political leaders. Very wonderful thing, because that can have an impact. Get actual people in those offices demand an end of all this nonsense. It'd be very valuable if we can do it. Okay. How to get rid of dull-headedness. Yeah, that's a big one. How to get rid of dull-headedness. We have to take shelter of those who are not dull-headed. That's the real secret. Sangat sanjayate kama. One develops one's consciousness according to one's association. If you associate with dull-headed fools, you remain a dull-headed fool. You associate with those who are brilliant, who have brilliant heads, brilliantly minded, and we become brilliantly minded. Simple thing. Association is the key. Prabhupada said 16 rounds and one birth. I'm going back to Godhead. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said 64 rounds and 3 births. We have a special mercy from Prabhupada. That's all I can say. They demanded 64 rounds before, but now Prabhupada, by his mercy, we can get by with 16. Just see the kindness of Srila Prabhupada. You know, in the beginning, he told the devotees of 64, they couldn't do it. He said, okay, 32, they couldn't do it. So Prabhupada's potency. Even though we're supposed to do a 64 round, by the beautiful, loving mercy of the divine grace, Srila Prabhupada, we can chant 16 rounds and go back to Almighty Godhead. But we have to chant with quality. That's the key. We have to chant qualitatively with love. You see, that's the key. Bhaktya, with love. Is that it? Everybody's ready to end it now? Finish it? Finish it. Okay. Well, I thank you all very much. Here we go. My hearing is not very good, and it's very noisy here. But maybe I'll try to hear. Maybe somebody can repeat it for me. Oh, some more questions coming in. Go ahead. You can repeat it for me.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much for the. Even though your slang is not, I could not able to hear clearly, understand clearly. This question may be out of context. Please excuse me for that. So I see you are setting a standards for Vanaprastha ashram. I think you are setting ideal standards for Grihastha ashram. So my question comes: is it only Vanaprastha ashram after getting married and renouncing worldly things, or can brahmachari also can become Vanaprastha? Is it only that brahmachari now that becoming a guru, becoming a sannyasi, becoming a little hype kind of in ISKCON? So I would like, that's why I would like to ask this
You
question.
can repeat me with his question. You were setting up a standard for Vanaprastha? You were doing that? Huh? No, I'm not the standard. The standard is there in the books. I can't set a new standard. Prabhupada is giving us his standards in the books. I can't set a new standard. It's not my position to set a new standard. Actually, I've been Vanaprastha the whole time. My wife and I've never had sex. So in that way, we're Vanaprasthas from the very beginning. We went from brahmachari to grihastha to Vanaprastha. Never had any sex at all. We're sannyasi and sannyasini, practically speaking. We never no sex life at all in our marriage. Our marriage is preaching. You see. By sex life, you can have 2 or 3 kids, right? By preaching, I have 300 kids. So yeah, our standard is preaching is better than sex. By preaching, I have so many kids. I have so many disciples, hundreds of disciples, but no sex by preaching. That answer your question? Can Brahmachari be a guru? Sure. Why not? It doesn't matter what ashram you're in. If you actually know the signs of Krishna and you're fixed in the preaching, the GBC has to authorize it, of course, but there's no reason a brahmachari couldn't be a guru also. There's no reason the householder can be a guru. Why a brahmachari couldn't be a guru? There's no reason a brahmachari couldn't be, but he has to be qualified. If your spiritual master is on this planet, you can't be a guru. If your spiritual master is departed, you have the power and potency of a world preacher. Why not? And the GBC has to bless it.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, now we got some written questions here. I have difficulty to focus on Srimad Bhagavatam class. Please suggest. One thing is, you can ask Krishna. My dear Lord Krishna, I have this difficulty not focusing on Srimad Bhagavatam class. It goes in one ear and out the other. So my dear Lord, please bless me. I can focus that every word of the Bhagavatam class goes deep, deep within me. Beg Krishna to help you, and he will. Okay. What is the greatest something, the greatest lesson from Lord Krishna? Sarvadaman parijya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Fully surrender to me. That's the Krishna's greatest lesson. That is the ultimate essence of everything that Krishna is teaching us. Fully surrender to me and live you from all your essential reactions. There's no need to fear, no need to hesitate. Do it right now. That's the greatest lesson from Krishna. Anything else? Here we got one. When introduced to Krishna consciousness, one feels a strong connection to Krishna. But over the period of time, one develops the previous connections with more intensely, develops the previous connections more intensely, and becomes more obliged to serve the so-called relatives. How to overcome this? Well, we got this question, similar question last night or the other day, and I explained to them, relatives are relative. That's the first point. There's nothing wrong being attached to your family members. You have to understand who your family members are. The whole world is your family. You want to serve your family members? Well, understand who your actual family members are. I know there in Austin, I have my brother Bob. He lives west of town. And he was inviting me to come visit him. And I said, sure, we can come out and do some kirtan. He said, can we do something a little more serene? So I don't go. I've never gone to see that rascal. Because he says Krishna is not, kirtan is not good. So I don't bother wasting my time with such a rascal. I don't care if he's my brother. Who cares? I got so many brothers, much better brothers, you see. So I don't waste my time with these family members who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. I don't waste my time. My time is spent on those people who are interested in Krishna consciousness. That's where I spend my time and energy, not these rascals identified with this rotting flesh. Be strong, be heavy. That's what we learned from Prabhupada. You see? Don't be sentimental. My body, my brother, my sister. Oh, don't be sentimental. Kill that sentimentalism. Be strong and heavy. Krishna Bhakti in all times, all places, and all circumstances. Next. Are you ready to become Krishna conscious and to liberate all living entities of this material world? Prabhupada told us, become guru and deliver the whole world. Can you imagine? If he orders deliver the whole world, that's your assignment, Prabhu, deliver the whole world. Are you ready? That's the assignment Prabhupada gave us. So let's get serious about making a spiritual revolution right here within our hearts, making a revolution on this entire planet, this entire universe, and the whole material existence. Another question's coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we'll finish writing the question, and that we can. Oh, another one's coming. Okay. Okay. How can I scrutinizingly study Srimad Bhagavatam? Scrutinizingly means with great care and attention. Well, you take it very seriously that this Bhagavatam is Krishna himself manifesting here. It's Krishna himself. If Krishna personally came to you, how much attention would you give him? Krishna personally came, you saw him face to face, eye to eye, how much focus would you give to Krishna himself standing with you, in front of you? So that same attention, study the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, one more. But we can wrap it up here before devotees start leaving. Pure devotional service. Service is the goal, Krishna Prema. Can one desire to be a qualified disciple find and one desire to be a qualified disciple find and gradually be more determined? Can one desire to be a qualified disciple? A qualified disciple first and gradually move to pure devotional service. Yeah, we're not pure devotees, that's a fact. I know myself, I'm a struggling neophyte. Whatever position you are, take it as Krishna's mercy. Here I'm a mixed devotee, I have so many lusty, angry, greedy, rascal desires in my heart. Take it as a mercy. And so I'm drowning in the cycle of birth and death with all my lusty, angry, greedy desires. Krishna's given me this life, what is a life buoy to hold on to. Whatever position you are, take it as Krishna's special blessing, and from that position, move forward to pure devotional service. One more, okay. How to improve the Shravanam, Smaranam, Manam, and Yidyamanam. How to improve all these aspects of body? You just have bhakti, you just have to be very determined. My dear Lord, please help me become pure, get rid of all my anarthas. Just beg Krishna, please help me. Krishna will reciprocate. Oh wow, there are more. how to improve the quality of chanting. By begging Krishna to help you. How to improve the quality of reading, the same thing. Everybody's wanting how to improve the quality. Everyone's asking questions, how to improve the quality. Well, you have to desire it. Understand, I'm punishing myself by being a mixed devotee. I'm unnecessarily punishing myself. And now I have to stop punishing myself and reward myself by coming to the pure standard in everything, hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. How should one first facilitate himself in serving the devotee? Can one, even one may see so many shortcomings that we're affected with it? Well, we should all be very aggressive fault finders. You must be a fault finder. You ready to be a fault finder? Okay. Who are you going to find fault with? Yourself. Be very aggressive fault finder of yourself. Prabhupada said strict with yourself and lenient with others. That's his order. So be lenient with others and strict with yourself. That's the key. If Krishna has all the opulences, the power, knowledge, etc., everything is present in Krishna, then why should we read Shastras? Give importance. Why should we read the scriptures? Well, Krishna is fully present in all of his power, his beauty, his renunciation, his knowledge, wealth, and fame are there in every syllable of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So why you would not connect with Krishna with all of his opulences? He's fully present in every syllable. You'd be a fool not to connect with Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavatam. That it? Okay. Well, if taking notes helps you stay awake, it's not a bad idea. Sometimes we get a tendency to nod out. If taking notes helps you do whatever is needful to help you stay focused. That's the key. If taking notes helps you, then do it. Whatever helps you to be focused and on the class, do it. If taking notes helps you, then you can take notes. Anything else? Okay. Take this process seriously, my dear listeners, and your life will be unlimitedly sublime. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.